Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever, whichever time zone you will be. So I think in next couple of minutes, other participants will also join. But um, let's get started. And as it's a demo class, we'll be having this demo class today and tomorrow. The purpose of having this demo class, so to get everyone familiar with the training style, the TUCs, any questions if you have which you would like to ask before enrolling to this course, and we will set the expectations why you have participated for this training, what are your outcomes which you would like to achieve, and the detailed topic of contents which we will be learning throughout this training, the schedule, and everything about this training. So that we everyone will be clear what we have enrolled for, what is the outcome, and so on. So before we begin, let's have a quick introduction with everyone, and I'll start with myself. Again, a very warm welcome uh, to this Camunda 8 BPM training. I'm Deepak Sharma, and I'll be guiding you through this journey over the next almost 1.5 month, where we'll be having daily 1 hour sessions on the weekdays. To give a very brief introduction about myself, I have worked on BPMN tools and products from last more than 17 years now. And I have been also providing training on Camunda 8 from last more than 7 years. Uh, to be precise, in recent past, I have mostly worked on design, development, architecture, training, consulting on multiple BPM projects, which involves Camunda 7, Camunda 8, and many other products, which is also similar to Camunda, like Flowable, IBM BPM, Oracle, Savion, and Proflow. So yeah, coming with a very rich background around that, and I'm excited to help you to build solid skills in BPM, especially around Camunda 8. Open for everyone, and let's start a quick introduction from your end as well. Maybe your name, background, current role or study, and any relevant experience in BPM or Camunda BPM specifically, and reason for joining. So if we can start with that, it will be great. In any order is fine, but yeah, if we do not decide, maybe from alphabetical order as well. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Deepak. I'll go first. Am I audible?
Great. Yeah, Namdev.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Kamji Patil. Like, currently, I'm having overall 13 years of experience. Out of that, 9 years belong to BPM only. That is bodies, currently known as processes. Currently working in Java, but wanted to continue with the BPM line business thing because I'm very much familiar with that. That is the thing. But with Agenda to join the
Thanks, Namdev. But your voice is not pretty much clear. I understand you are driving right now.
yeah, yeah.
But what I
That is
understood
my
is you have
argument.
worked on BPM and Java, and you would like to continue on the BPM skills. And that is where you have enrolled for Camunda 8 training. Which BPM tools you have worked before?
It's a bodies, but currently it is known as open text processing.
Yep, I know. Very good. Thanks a lot for giving your introduction. Uh, who's next?
I'll go next, Deepak. My name is
Yes.
Utkarsh Sahai, and I reside in Hyderabad. I have around 13 years of experience, mainly into BPMN and Java, and I have worked on a few BPM tools like AppWorks, Appian, and Pega. I am enrolled for Camunda training because I want to learn this particular BPM tool. Mainly my experience into BFSI domain and all the banking and financial services, Camunda is in high demand. So I thought I should learn this tool. So I enrolled for this.
Awesome, Utkarsh. Great to have you here. Welcome on board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Who is going to be next?
Hi Deepak, this is Bharat. I have 4 years of experience in APN.
Okay.
So I'm working in banking sector, banking domain, all that. So I came to know that Camunda is the next BPM tool, which will get into limelight. Also I want to know how the market space is for Camunda right now. If so that's why I enrolled this. If I learn this and practice, is there any opportunity for me to get better opportunity than the APN that I wanted to know.
Good. And very realistic and practical question. I'll try to answer this based on my experience and knowledge around this skill, the job opportunities, and everything transparently. And then, yeah, then let's conclude how it can be beneficial or not. But
Oh,
yeah, anyways, thank you so much, Bharat. Which BPM tool you have worked upon?
oh APN, APPIAN.
Okay, yeah.
Are you aware of it?
Sorry.
Are you aware of it?
Yeah, I am aware of it.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Hi Deepak, good morning. Good morning everyone. This is Preetham. So I have like over 10 years of total work experience. Out of that, like for more than 7 years, it's into IT sector. So it's a varied experience that I have. However, one thing that I would like to tell you is I am part of Harsha's training only, where for 609 batch I have taken Pega training from Harsha. So previously I worked with Atos Intel. So during that time I had joined Harsha's training, and over like for 3 years I worked there on Pega projects. However, recently I switched to other organization into investment banking firm, and uh, they had a requirement for the Camunda only. They considered my profile. So since February, I'm working over there, and currently the work is going on. However, Camunda is something that I had no idea on that particularly. So that's the reason I chose to, and I mean, register with this training. So I'm looking forward to learn that as well from you. So I had asked Harsha this thing that I want a trainer who is as good as you. So he said that, yeah, he's a nice trainer like that. So, mm,
Great to have you, Pritham, and very practical introduction and what I can say expectations as well. Yeah, like we'll see. Maybe you will be having two demo classes already to get
mm,
understanding about the teaching style and uh, other things as well. However, yeah, been have been given such trainings with Harsha and from uh, other institutes as well as corporate trainings as well. So far, so good with the God grace. The feedback is quite motivating, and that's why I'm taking such trainings as well to share the knowledge
mm,
in this domain to get people more involved into this skill set, which I think when I started working on this product technology 17 years ago, very less people were aware of it, and now it's been like growing like anything. And Camunda 8 uh, surely is one of the front runner when we talk about using the low code BPM tools in orchestration, as well as now in AI agentic space as well, for the tools which are offering the AI agentic things. But
Hmm.
then in banking, it is front runner because we need orchestration a lot. I have worked into banking and BFSI for almost
Hmm.
like 8 years. So I have seen
Okay.
banks, how they are using it and what type of use cases. But yeah, thanks for your introduction. I just really liked it. Uh, Over
And
the period of
thanks.
time.
Yeah. And even I would like to give credit to Harsha because even apart from this particular offer on Camunda, I'm a workflow analyst now. But before that, even I was able to crack many interviews with Capgemini and other companies. But the reason that I accepted this offer was because of many other factors like overall work-life balance, other benefits, package, and everything. So even I mean, because taking Harsha's training is something a benefit for everybody. I mean, this is my experience that even the people who had 3+, 5+ years of experience in Pega PRPC, they were not able to answer the questions on agents, job scheduler, and some advanced concepts. However, this Harsha, he prepared us very well. I mean, we were able to have each and every detail about the practicals, in-depth notes about each and every concept, the questions, and even many interview preparation things. So during that time, my purpose and goal was different. Right now, my goal is different. That currently in our organization, what basically they are going to do is Camunda is something that they are currently. I mean, we will be using only Camunda's desktop modeler, and what they are currently doing is the rest of some capabilities of Camunda, they are going to customize it. So they have asked their Java team and some other developers to develop those capabilities. So I mean, you just let me know, I mean, how basically these things probably will going to help me. I mean, learning these things further, because if I see, then web modeler is there, right? And some other capabilities are there. So I just wanted to know. So you can address that question further after the introduction things.
Surely.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Mm.
Who's going next?
Hey, hi Deepak, good morning. This is Prasad.
Very good morning, Prasad.
So I have total 5 years as experience. At the moment, I'm working on Pega. Frankly speaking, it's not a development project. I'm into production. I'm coming
Mm-hmm.
to joining this training because I heard in my organization, I heard from my manager or management side. So there will be a project on Camunda in future. So I just want to
Mm-hmm.
explore things and come under if I'm ready to learn so that I can easily switch into internally, right? So I just want to know what are the prerequisites and what are the how many days it will take, like, so that's it.
Uh, Good, Prasad. And yeah, like you have worked on Pega already for 5 years. To give my background as well, like initially when I started my IT career, I was into production support, working on one BPM tool just to handle some level one level of tickets. But yeah,
Okay.
when you know about your uh, the skill sets, what you have started getting, I was keen to learn the BPM basic concepts. And over the period of time, like I worked for almost 6 years for support and maintenance projects in multiple companies. Then eventually, It was a time that I should start working on development skills using Java and BPM as well. And my
Oh,
basic core concepts of BPM, right, has helped me to take me or shape my career in a way which I wanted to. I was able to work on those demanding projects because I was at least able to convince my managers and peers. And then, yeah, quite fortunate that I have got such opportunities. But then the idea here is even if you work on production support or comes from any different background, right? It doesn't matter.
mm,
First thing is you should be confident what you would like to work upon, and then have a training, have your what you can say homework, what you need to get working on the new projects. Maybe it can be a development, it can be anything else as well. Today I work on pre-sales, I work on consulting, training, architecture, design, solution. So things will change, okay, in IT. Maybe one tool today, tomorrow can be another tool. That's what is happening across the industries, right? So you should be ready. And this Camunda or any BPM tool, what I believe is if you have your fundamentals and basics are clear, right? It is just a tool, okay? What you need to learn is uh, every tool comes up with their own out of the box features, okay? As a trainer, as a mentor, okay, what you will get to know is like how you get started to use this tool, okay? It's not a consulting training. So that is where you need to focus. What are the basic fundamentals? And we start from level zero. I believe because people comes with non-Java background, non-BPM background, there are non-IT people. So we start very basic, okay? It will take couple of classes, but even over the period of time, many trainings, what I have encountered, people even who have worked on multiple BPM projects, right? At times,
okay.
they just started working on that, but they don't sometimes answer very basic questions about BPM, okay? Like
Yes.
about events or anything, which will help you to crack interviews. Because whenever you are going to switch your job or your role within the same company, there will be a very preliminary assessment is needed, where most of the time when I was into interviews and
Yeah,
discussions, I will
that's
see,
true. That, yeah,
yeah.
compared to tracking the entry outs outside the organization, yeah, I would agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is actually I heard like Java is compulsory to know Commanda. So how long like up to core Java or J2W concepts? So how long we need to know so that we came to know, right? So along with Commanda, we will parallelly look into that Java also. So how
So
far we need to
actually it
know Java?
depends. Yeah, because in Camunda 7, it is must that you should have at least if you know any one programming language, that should be Java. However, due to the ZB introduction and the new architecture style, it can be any other language. Okay, but still most of the people or projects, right? They still use programming languages Java, which is quite popular, right? As compared to other programming languages. So even if you have any other programming knowledge, you can write your external workers. But based on my experience, 9 out of 10 or maybe 19 out of 20 projects, they still use any custom development. If they do it in the Java programming language. Coming back to the second part of your question, like it is always recommended and good to have skills. You should not be shying because this product itself has been developed using Java language, right? There are multiple
Okay.
type of roles. Sometimes you will be doing only the modeling work, okay? There are restrictions where you should be doing a particular kind of role, which is like a modeler's role, where they will be doing only BPM stuff, which is like using the low code tools. They should have a very good understanding and knowledge about the product perspective, like what is the different components, how you will do the design, how you will deploy them, how you can debug them, all these things, okay? Maybe production support roles as well sometimes, and
Okay.
multiple other things. But at times, there will be a full stack role as well, right, in the company and the job requirement that you will be primarily doing Camunda related things, which is why you have been asked for, right? Why you have been offered that role. Additionally, if there are cases, right, maybe you have to write some custom Java code. It won't be like very detailed one. If you have a basic understanding of any programming language, you can understand that. And nowadays we have agentic tools, right? Which is like give you a very pro code to be written, and that's what like I have been doing the coding from years now, but last 1 year has changed almost like the dynamics entirely. I am not going to write the code mostly. I'll get the code from the agents most of the time, or to because they'll write very better way. So what you need to understand is if you understand any programming language, even if you are getting some code or reviewing some code, right? You understand what has been written in this code. So
Yeah.
it
Okay.
helped a lot, okay? And that's the way to go. So over the period of time, whenever I'll give those trainings as well, I'll be very much practical around it. Few classes will be theoretical and basics initially, which is I mentioned, right? Very much needed from a point of view of understanding the concepts, fundamentals, clearing the interviews. But after that, we understand each concept with a practical scenario and knowledge. We learn a concept and we do the practical implementations in the class itself. Okay, how this can be used. So that way, right, it will be more interactive, okay, more practical based as well. And even now, let's say if we are using code, we generate the code, okay, from agents as well. What you need to understand is whether you are able to understand that code or not, which is a basic thing. And then, yeah, that is
Yeah.
something, another role where you need to work on Camunda as a low code, maybe primarily, but at times there
Mhm.
might be a requirement to write a custom code as well. So you should be knowing it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, got it, got it. Thank you, Deepak. Thanks for answering, answering very patiently. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Who's next? Who left? Krishna, Kalpana, Prasad ji.
Hi Deepak, Krishna here. Good morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is my first class. Maybe the previous classes I was not able to join. So to introduce myself, I just have around 7 years of experience where I worked as a business analyst, and a few years back I just moved into Pega development. I'm on
Mhm.
Pega project right now, and so I'm good there. But still, as per the the market, what is going on, and I could see the sudden shift from Pega to Camunda. So maybe down the line, over a period of time, probably it may gain even more better momentum for the Camunda. And I see, based on my research, I came to know this is one of the open source tool, and probably that giving the projection, probably it may gain momentum compared to the other competitors or other competitive leading BPM tools. I just wanted to understand some basic information, how it's going to be make the difference when compared to Pega, what the, differentiator when it comes to Pega, and why the entrepreneurs or maybe a companies, why they are looking out towards the Camunda, though the other platforms which are available apart from Pega. That's
Mhm.
I just wanted to know that, and maybe you would have covered this question that I'm going to ask. What would be the prerequisites for to get into, I mean, to get the basic gist and to get the knowledge on Camunda? What we would like to have, the prerequisites. Probably these are my basic questions right now in my on my head. So just I wanted to put it across to you.
No worries. And that's why while we are taking introduction, right, I'm making it more generic so that maybe if somebody is having a question, right, if I'm answering it, maybe it is answering for others as well. So it's getting a little longer, but I'll take that question as well, Shaukat. So this is a first class only of Camunda training. And Krishna, like you have not missed any other class so far. Coming back to your question of having the prerequisites to get this knowledge, what I will say is there's no prerequisite required. I'll cover almost like everything what is needed, because there are students I have trained who were just freshers. Okay, they were able to work on the projects. Okay, and good feedback. They got some job support as well. So even if you don't have any prior knowledge in IT as well, you can get everything to start working on the Camunda. Okay, I will cover all these aspects. Second thing, if you have a knowledge on BPM, any BPM tool, right, it will be a plus for you. I will say a great plus, because then you can um, uh, get familiar with the concepts, right? You can correlate your concepts. Okay, like if you have worked on IBM BPM or Pega BPM at any APN BPM, so you know the terminologies, which is a great booster. Okay, for the learning capabilities. On top of that, if you have worked on Java as well, it's a big plus. Okay, because then you covered almost like everything. But over the period of time, then maybe sometimes somebody asks for the DevOps thing, how you can deploy things. These are first time of things, but all these things you will get to know, and we will touch base all these topics as well. So to summarize, right? You don't need much things, but over the period of time, everybody who is in the IT, right, have worked on at least these terminologies, right? If you have that knowledge, it's a big plus. Second thing about having your question to compare this tool with Pega, okay? I'll not have like we can talk about this for hours, okay? But to summarize, right, in a 1 minute, what I can say is Pega is one of not one of the leader. It's the leader in the BPM market, okay? But then why every company is not spending on Pega? Because it comes with a high costing and licensing as well, right? At the same time, and the capabilities there are like I will tell you there are like 50 plus BPM tool sites which are popular. Then you will shortlist top 10, then top 5. And every company will also go to the market accordingly. They have some needs. Some companies need a suite, some companies need for orchestration purpose, some companies will need for low code, like from vertical to horizontal, where Mendix, OutSystem, APN uh, are really good. Okay. But then when you talk about the orchestration part, right, then yeah, Camunda BPM, Flowable, they are really good. Okay, comes with the high performance, scalable solutions with a comparatively pretty much less cost. Okay, that's an added advantage. And this product is now been launched in year 2013. It's almost like more than a decade now. You think about, I will tell you about the journey as well, right? When nobody was aware of that, from there to now, they have come a long way, and now they have really good product, good marketing skills, very great what you can say customers who are already using it from years now. And now it is, you can say, right, it's a mouth publicity as well. It is comes into top 3 or top 5 tool. So there is a long way is still to go to acquire a lot of market which is undiscovered now. So there are a lot of opportunities with this tool as well. But I don't say that then Pega will not have or APN will not have. They will have their own use cases as well. Okay. But next 5 years or a decade, I do not see any drop here, because whatever new technologies comes, right, over the period of time with BPM, the team, the management is quite proactive to sense those changes. Like if it is cloud, if it is SaaS based, if it is like flexibility, scalability, now agentic things, integrations, they comes with the features available with the product, right? On time. That's why this product is shining. Okay. And that is where you get the trust. Hope I'm able to answer your question. But yeah,
Yeah.
if
Yes, Deepak. Yeah, thanks for that. And yeah, yeah. So I got some clarity. And thanks for the assurance that you will be covering from the very fundamentals of the Camunda in terms of to pick up irrespective of the background or the experience. That gives a lot of confidence. Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries. Yeah, that's my duty. And let's quickly introduce others as well who have not spoken yet.
Hey Deepak,
Hey,
this is
hi. This is
go ahead.
yeah. Hi. This is Shaukat Makandar. I have overall 4 years of experience as a Java backend developer,
Mm-hmm.
and currently I'm working in a project where we are using Camunda also. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
working as a Java developer plus I'm trying to work on Camunda side as well. So this is all about me. Actually, here why I am here means I have some questions actually. Since long I'm trying to learn Camunda. Okay, so for that,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to I was searching something. Then I was searching something that I can get what I want actually. So I enrolled in Udemy also, like in Udemy courses also, maybe there is one course in Udemy, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like confident with that course.
Mm-hmm.
I enrolled for two courses and they
Mm-hmm.
charged me, I think a good cost they are charging, and I already enrolled. But after enrolling I got to know that they are just explaining that components, like this is the service task, this is the gateway, like that. But
Mm-hmm.
why actually I am here means I want to know the real usage of Camunda, any real kind of project, any real kind of
Mm-hmm.
POC are we going to implement here. This is what my question actually, like how Camunda is going to solve real problems.
Absolutely. So, very valid question. And I cannot comment on the Udemy courses or whatever courses you have enrolled for. But yeah, usually there is a different expectation from those courses, and depending upon the rating site, usually I will also select. But I have also got an opportunity to create those courses, but I don't create those courses because the way I will teach and the way courses are available, there is a significant difference, okay, in these courses. But again, to give you a context from this training, I think you have already been heard about that, giving the assurance about the real use cases. Yes, like as I mentioned, right, it's a training program which will run over for a couple of weeks or more than a month now, right? Where we will be understanding the concepts in a fun way to get the good hands-on, and why we will be doing it, right? Initially, when I'll be going through about the product side, right, there will be different components. But when we do the practical exercises, let's say about using people who are from the BPM background, maybe let's say we will start with the user task or service task again, okay? To understand from the basics, right, what are these things? And we will create some examples, and then we will analyze why we are doing it. What are the real cases, okay? And after that, once we understand the basics to intermediate level of concepts, towards the end, we will be having a use case end to end to maybe from healthcare or BFSI or banking, whatever, right? We will be having one use case to discuss end to end why it is important, how you can enroll. But again, that could be one or two cases, right? The idea here is over the period of time when we discuss even the small concepts, right, in a fun way, in an interactive way, uh, you need to also understand some limitations, right? We can start from the basis, go to the intermediate, discuss practical scenarios, do the exercises. We'll see how we can deploy Camunda applications, what are the different roles, certification related things, how we can integrate our Camunda applications with the backend code. Okay, we will write some Spring Boot services in Camunda 7 or Camunda 8, both we can do, not a problem. But then there will be a limit, right? You need to be also interactive more questions you should have. And then if I'll teach about one or two types of use cases, that doesn't mean this is the only use case you will be working upon. You need to be more interactive to also analyze those cases, right, with other cases. Let's say if we pick healthcare, okay, then maybe tomorrow you'll be working on telecom or banking domain. So then use case might not be the same, but you will be knowing the concepts to use them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right?
So like means I can consider, right, we are going to create one, at least one use case end to end. Like, can I consider that
Yes, yes.
with backend code, with workflow design with backend code, correct now?
Absolutely. So let me share the screen as well. Just 1 minute. Hope my screen is visible. Is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
So yeah, we will be having the backend code and integrations with the Camunda desktop modeler for Camunda 7 or Camunda 8, and then uh, developing the applications, right, from backend, okay, and then writing some backend code, how we can integrate them in our BPM application. So these will be the applications which you will be also writing it, okay, and we will see the end-to-end use cases. As of now, the point here is we will be doing registration today to the Camunda desktop modeler. Whenever I'll create any new training, right? Uh, I will have nothing in my workspace as of now. But then over the period of time, we will be having so many use cases. We will be developing this from the scratch, okay? All these application, building those new projects, and to get you understand familiar with this tool, okay? So we'll be doing the workflows, end-to-end cases, integration with the Java. So these will be the backend microservices which you will be also learning. And then yeah, this is a code which I'll also share the GitHub, my repo as well, where you can also go and refer later point in time as well to understand what this code is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about that.
So here you are going to use SaaS version, right,
Yes.
to design workflow and to integrate with backend. Okay, okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, got it.
Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, hi Deepak. This is Prasad here. Prasad ji. Uh, yeah, I am into Pega PPC for the past more than close to 20 years. I'm a lead architect. Worked across the industries like banking and financial, insurance, corporate markets, and oil and gas industries. Yeah, I'm kind of kind of handling multiple BPM projects as well. So trying to get the expertise, connect with some of the expertise like you, and get some brains more deeper in knowledge in Camunda. Um, yeah, I've been chasing to find someone like you, but the timings are not working for quite some time. So I'm hoping like maybe this time the time works.
Thanks, Prasad. Great to have you onboarded here and looking forward to share my experience and also learn from you as well over the period of time what
Sure, sure. Yeah,
kind of
thank
work
you.
we have on. Thanks. Kalpana, Raj, can go ahead.
I'm having the total 10 years of experience, 5 years in Pega. In our organization, projects are migrating to the Camunda tool. So just to for job security, I just want to learn this Camunda and all.
Okay, welcome both. So, okay, with that, I think I hope everybody has introduced here, and we have a good, at least, starting introduction about ourselves. And over the period of time, maybe few of you will also enroll and will get going. But anybody who has also missed or who will be dropping, maybe you guys will get a recording from Harsha trainings, and you can refer them as well for the later period of time. Now coming back to the Camunda A training specifically. Okay, let me share the screen again. Let me know if my screen is visible. Yes, no?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, this will be a training where we will be discussing about Camunda BPM specifically, but then we will learn basics about the fundamentals of BPMN, where we learn about what are the different BPM elements are needed in order to design a workflow. Why we need this is because, yeah, there are two aspects. First, as I mentioned, this training is for Camunda 8. So there we will be doing the installation and setup of Camunda specific things, okay, which is we will be doing maybe today or tomorrow itself. It's not a big deal, but then getting understanding about the different out of the box components we have in Camunda 8, like what is modeler, what is console, what is task list. These may be a new terms and you might be hearing it, but over the period of time, again, for let's say a couple of weeks, we will be using these terms and terminology, right, quite often. So after that, right, it won't be a new thing. It will be very basic things about you. And these are the just few terms, but there will be more terms as well, like object management group, what is BPM and what is CMMN. We will discuss about all these things. But then this particular slide is to understand about the coverage of all the BPMN elements. Point to note here is, like you are learning today, Camunda 8, okay? Uh, Somebody has worked for maybe 4 years in the IT, somebody has worked on 10 years, maybe for 15 years, but still there is a change you feel, right, in your career where you need to learn maybe another technology. What I will assure here is if you have these fundamentals ready with you, tomorrow, if you are going to work on any other product as well, okay, then these fundamentals will remain with you. Okay, that will help you a lot. Similar thing when we learn about Camunda, okay, maybe Camunda 8, you will be also getting few pro tips about Camunda 7 as well. Mostly now companies, right, they are working on Camunda 8, or who were worked on Camunda 7, they are migrating on Camunda 8. What are the key differences between 7 and 8? Because now if you are working on Camunda 8 project, you should at least understand what is Camunda 7. Okay, so we'll cover that. What are the basic differences between Camunda 7 and Camunda 8? And even let's say for someone specifically, if you would also would like to understand if I need to work on Camunda 7, what are the prerequisites? Okay, how I can at least create my backend application to make me enabled to integrate with the BPM workflows, we'll do that. On top of that, one additional pro tip is like Camunda, if you get the fundamentals here, this is not the only tool you can work upon, but there are similar tools exactly like Camunda, which means exactly means 70 to 80% more like Camunda are there in the market, which are also very popular and doing really well, such as Flowable BPM. Okay. So if there is an opportunity, right, you can also work on Flowable. The point here is, if there are, let's say, 10 opportunities are there for Camunda, there are 4 to 7 opportunities for Flowable as well. And whenever you have a job description or any requirement are there is a very clear understanding that if you have worked on Camunda or Flowable, you can work on that. Same thing is for like vice versa as well. If you have flowable knowledge, you can directly have a uh, opportunity or plus to work on the Camunda applications as well, because these products are complementing each other. Okay, most of the concepts are almost similar, and why that also I will tell you, because they comes from the same family. On top of that, maybe if you would get an opportunity to work on maybe JBPM or activity, up to an extent, it's almost similar. So the point here is, when you learn the basic fundamentals, and one tool may be different from some other tool, but at times there are few tools which are like to like replacement. So that's where if you learn Camunda, you can also get working on Flowable as well. Then we will touch base about very on a high level about the case management modeling notation, which is CMMN. Usually in Camunda it is not been supported, but good to know if you have any migration projects from Camunda 7 to Camunda 8. And also this is one of the very powerful low code notation, which is also governed by the object management group. And last, we will learn about in detail about decision modeling and notation, which is a DMN. Okay, why it is needed. Okay, why we are using it, why it is governed. We will cover all the hit policies which covers under the DMN. So there are multiple hit policies are there, which is kind of algorithms. Okay, and assure me it will be 2 classes for DMN, but then you will be having clear, crisp concepts about using DMN, why we should use it, where we should use it, what are the different hit policies are there, and for which use case, what you need to do. Okay, that's what a training can help. You can at least have the knowledge of all the tools. Okay, I will always treat this as a toolbox. Okay, so which means it has all the required tools what you need to develop, because people will say, right, it is flexible, it is scalable. What does it mean of the flexibility? The point from my perspective is, it is a toolbox. Okay, and now you need to understand which tool you have to use for your use case. Let's say when we start from any case, right, whether you need to deploy it as a cloud, you need to deploy it as a uh, on-premise. Okay, there is a very basic example, right? It has a flexibility. Go further. If you need to develop as a low code, or maybe you need to integrate with some pro code, or what is pro code? Like any customization or writing some code. Yes, you can do that. Okay, can I do it in Java or some other technology? Yes, you can do that. That's a flexibility. So there are options, okay? And when you also understand about the BPM and elements and fundamentals, right? I will tell about the best practices, okay, about them, when to use which, but then these are the recommendations, okay? At times, you should know what are the best practices and what are the recommendations. One workflow, you can design it in different ways as well. First achievement is you should be able to design it. Then you should be designing it efficiently with the best practices. Okay. How to do the error handling. Okay. All these concepts we will learn. So even if you need to do the error handling, can we do it in the low code? Can we do it in the backend? Okay. So all these things are now then comes with the flexibility. These are the tools. If I need to check the logs, where I can go. If I need to do the debugging, where I can go. If I need to optimize something, where I can see that. So this is what the flexibility is, and that is where you have the tools. You need to understand what is the right tool for which use case. Okay. And you can pick those tools from this toolbox. And today, like before we also conclude, right, and we meet up tomorrow again, we will be using uh, Camunda 8 service as a software, okay, version, which means what we learn also, right, you can also see and you can also test these examples or the scenarios and the features what we'll learn over the period of time. So for that, you don't have to do much. I will share a link here. Okay. You can also see that camunda.com pricing. Okay. Where there is you can create a free account to use for 30 calendar days. And what you need is just one email address. So even if it is like expired, you will be having all your models to access, but you cannot work on the other components. What are these other components? I will tell you. But then even if it is expired, you would like to continue to learn other uh, for longer duration. Okay. You can create account with another email ID as well. So this is the link which I have shared. Okay. Just go and you will see these two tabs, SaaS, which is service as a software, and self-managed. We will discuss what are the difference between them. Okay. When we learn about Camunda 8 specific things, click on the create free account, and that's it. You will be able to create an account with your any Google account. So it has an integration or with the GitHub. If not, you can provide the details here as well. Very basic details, first name, last name, and password. Once you do that, you will get an acknowledgement email on your registered email address. You just need to open that email and acknowledge that, yeah, like any other registration you do, right? That it has been uh, coming to the right email address. After that, you create a password. Make sure it should be complex enough or at least 12 characters. Once you are done with that, yeah, use that username and password to log in like this. Very simple. Any questions? This will be a very basic thing, right? I'm expecting, and it won't take more than 2 minutes or maximum 5 minutes for you. Okay. So go ahead and create your account for free on Camunda 8 SaaS version. Once you do that, you will be able to log in on the SaaS version here. And that's what you will see here. And I have also registered it today before the training. So you can see that modeling is free, but your free process execution trials end in 30 days. It's a part of marketing as well. Okay. But it also gives a very good opportunities to all of us to use the latest features of Camunda 8. Okay. Even those features which are not available in the market for the production ready use cases. These are called beta versions. Okay. So even we can try that as well. So awesome thing. Okay. For the learners. After that, we will see what are the different components we have, because this is what you should learn in the training. Get familiarized with the product, not get confused. Try with the basic things. Okay. At least try to do one thing in one way, because there is multiple ways of doing it. We will learn over the period of time, but try to make your concepts at least very basic for initial few days. Okay, so that your focus will be to understand what is this tool is all about. Okay, how I can uh, today, let's say if you might be seeing it for the very first time, right? What is a Camunda 8 looks like? Okay, what are these different options I'm getting it here? It will be nuisance for you in maybe after 1 week of time. Okay, you will be pro on these things, but that's what the training will enable you. Okay, what is modular, what is task list, what is operate, what is optimize, and even how you can use them. So if you need to design any workflow, what is a workflow? Okay, that all we will cover here. What is a console, and how you can integrate your workflows, right, or processes which you design in Camunda console with your backend applications. What these are very basic steps. Okay, people will think it is a lot of thing, but when I'll be telling you about how you can integrate, it will not take more than 10 minutes. Okay, that's how easy it is. Only what you need is maybe first time somebody who can tell you, okay, what are the steps, how you can integrate them. Once you know that, yeah, you can do the same thing by your own. Okay. Maybe today we need to write a maybe a simple program, let's say Hello World, but at least to write a program in Hello World in any scripting language or Java language or Python language, right? You need to understand how I can get an access to uh, create this one line code and deploy it and how to execute it. Once you see that, right? Okay, Hello World is uh, I'm sure everybody has gone through with that journey, but you will get an immense happiness, right? Within, yes, at least I have achieved something. So such things, right? At least if you know, then you can go get going for the further steps. Okay, you can write more, what I can say, ZB workers, which is the custom code to execute in the backend and design more and more processes as well. So here to give a very quick introduction about what are these components are. Console is something where we can see the basic details, okay, of our Camunda 8 platform. Okay, what are the processes are running? Okay, and how many users are there? What is the cluster information? What is a cluster? We will go into the detail, but you can think about it like creating the different nodes about that. Okay, or different clusters will hold the different kind of projects as well. So even if you wanted to create a new cluster, we will do that because that is something which will be needing it when we design any process, right? We need to also deploy them. Okay. So that is where the SaaS version, right, is very, very helpful. Whatever we design, we can also deploy them. Okay. On the clusters we create. How we can create clusters, and these cluster information we also need when we integrate with the backend codes. So like you see, you will be getting some client ID, client, just these 4 lines, okay, is everything about your integrating your any application which you design Camunda 8 modeler, right? You can integrate with the backend code. How we can get these things? It's not a rocket science, but we will go step by step and then you will learn it. Then modeler is something which is being used by the developers, okay, to create your low code application like you do in Pega or APN or any other BPM tool. This is where the magic is all about, where you can create your BPMN workflows. Okay, what is BPMN? How you can create it? Don't worry about it. We will go in detail by understanding these concepts, right, one after another. Okay, so don't worry about it. Then you can also share your resources. You can create a new project, name them. Okay, and within then you can create new applications. You can import also existing applications. You can create them. And even if you are working with the Camunda desktop version as well, so which is in Camunda 8, we get this web-based modeler. But prior to that, okay, we had a tool specifically for designing those workflows, which is called Camunda Desktop Modeler. Okay, you can see here, but this is only available in Camunda 7. Okay, and Camunda 8 provides you an option. You can also develop by using desktop modeler or web-based. If you have a SaaS version, you will get this web-based uh, modeler available. But if you are using self-managed, this will not be available. But then we will also discuss how you can also design and deploy from the desktop modeler as well. Not a problem. So that's what I'm saying, the flexibility thing again, right? Tools, what you have. You need to not get confused, but to understand what is best for you. After that, a task list. What is a task list, right? It is for the business users, you create any application, right? Once you create those applications, you also deploy them for real use cases. So if let's say you are working on any banking application or any healthcare application as a nurse, right, there are some tasks for you to look into the patient details. There is a out of the box UI application is there where you can see the task which is uh, there for you to work upon, okay, based upon definitely on your role and access. Same way in a banking application, let's say you have a relationship manager role and you need to view or approve some pending requests, which are the tasks. Task is something where human is involved, right? Many things you will do it by the system, but whenever a human is involved, they need to take some action. You don't have to build UI already. There will be a task list where you can get this task appearing, and that is where you can do the task management while opening, while taking an action, or looking into the completed task as well. Simple. And then operate is like for, let's say, administrative purpose. At times you need to also debug some information, right? So there are maybe production support, or maybe as a developer you wanted to see what has happened with my a process or a particular task or an element. You see all this information by using operate. So that is also available. That's the beauty of the low code tools. And then optimize is something where you can create some reports, dashboard, and you can get some metrics of your deployed processes. Just keep it that much simple, but then in the next demo class, we will start using them more often, okay, and see what are the different other components we will be having. But in general, in summary, these are the things we will be learning and using. Before we meet tomorrow, okay, there is one expectations from my end that this registration you will do. As I mentioned, it won't take much time, but at least you should sign up with the SaaS account. I think with the benefit of the interest of time, we can stop for now, but there will be a another demo class tomorrow at the same time, and we can connect again. And if you have any questions to ask, okay, you have any queries, anything what you would like to throw upon, be more interactive, okay. More questions you will ask, more interactive we will be, and you will get more learning from this training. If you try to keep quiet, doesn't going to help, okay, much. But if you speak, you ask questions, you throw questions, because you need to understand you have made a payment for that, not only about the money, but also your time and interest. So for me, it's just another training, but for you, it's an opportunity to learn a tool and learn a tool in a way more efficiently, so that you can work upon on the new projects. So more questions you will ask, better it will be for you. It can be anything. Okay. You, as I mentioned, right, you're coming into this training with a no knowledge. Okay. So I'm expecting you can also throw any stupid questions as well. No question is stupid until we clear a boundary. Okay. If it is related to the Camunda 8 or your learning, I'm happy to answer. But yeah, let's not discuss something about the tourism or what is going in the global market. All these questions we will not entertain. However, if there is any basic question which you think might be stupid, I don't know, don't feel shy, ask those questions, okay. If you are not able to ask them, right, if we have some time constraint, use this chat. You can also type that. Whenever I'll get a time, I'll also try to respond on that. With that, I think we can stop for today. Any questions before we end up for today?
Deep.
Deepak, I have a question here. You said that this training session for SaaS modeling will be for 30 days, right? The free version will be 30 days. So
Right.
will we be completing our course in 30 days? Or
No, I think it will take more time, but Utkarsh, you can also enroll with another email address then. Okay. So should not be a.
oh, okay.
So I think
Oh,
we will be having at least two alternative email IDs, right, to use. Should not be
Got
a
it.
problem.
Yep. Thank
So
you.
like I have
So
already trial version for more than 25 or 30 times. Okay. I don't even count
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have one question like daily, what will be the duration, training duration, like 1 hour and 1.5 hour, like that?
I think we can discuss on that. Okay. Usually it's a 1 hour training, but what I believe, my strong belief is when we start, let's say for today, right? When we start going into a particular discussion, right? And then we just have to stop after 1 hour time because we have a constraint on that. Usually it won't work well. So at least 2 hours of session at times, right, is recommended, but it's up to the group. Okay, we can have 2 hour sessions as well, and we can have them alternatively, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or maybe over the weekends, depending upon everyone's availability. I'm flexible as of now, but yeah, maybe starting we can start with the 1 hour, but soon, right, when we start with some concept. Let's say I'm teaching you about decision modeling, or maybe the basics of Camunda 8, right? How we can use that tool. And we have to just cut short because of the time constraint. It will have a break, okay? But if we continue it for maybe 1.5 hour or 2 hour, will be good. I'll leave it to you. I'm flexible on that, and we can discuss on that part.
One more question. Thanks for answering. One more question, uh, are you going to provide recording videos also, or like it
Yes,
will be
yes, we'll
online?
providing recordings also along with the live sessions.
Okay, okay. And regarding fees, to whom like we can ask to?
I
So
already
recording will be
messaged you the
coordinated.
admin number. So in the chat window, can you please message on that admin number so that I'll discuss with you about the fees, recordings, and all the non-technical related doubts.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Thanks.
Deepak,
So Deepak,
Prasad.
tomorrow is continuation to today's class, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Deepak, quick question. Is Camunda used only as an headless tool, or does it also has a UI components, Deepak?
So mostly, Prasad, like I have worked on different customers, okay, who use it as a headless as well as with the Camunda UI. So it comes with the Camunda UI as well, okay, but
Okay.
there is a less proportionate, okay, where customers are using this Camunda UI. So mostly it will be created in some Angular or some other React, okay,
Okay.
and they will use it as a backend orchestration. But there are customers who are also using Camunda UI. And when you build some POCs, okay, you work on the pre-sales, or you work on
Mhm.
learning some new concepts, right? Then, of course, this Camunda UI is very, very helpful. So to answer,
Okay.
they have a UI which is quite enriched to create your UI UX, but not well advanced like React or Angular.
Okay, got it. And for the orchestration, you use the BPMN as well as, I mean, how does this orchestration happen? BPMN, in addition to BPMN, do you also write code, right? Or,
Exactly. So
okay.
BPMN has like low code notations. It covers like
Yeah.
activities, events, gateways. But then there are activities which means like service task or script task or maybe HTTP task. Or I'm not going in detail. But then what
Yeah,
happens?
got it. Will help.
If you write any service task, right, it will be integrated with some code which you will write and you
Got it.
can use.
Yeah. Thanks, Deepak.
No worries.
And Deepak, if you don't mind, one final question. Are you based out of India or?
I'm based out of India.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot for joining today, and let's connect again tomorrow. If anyone has missed anything, you can connect with the training coordinator to get the recordings. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.